Send me all your accomplishments, things you did. A lot of times people don't have any.
They don't even think about it. They literally don't even think about it. And yeah, if just think about like if you going through an entire year of working for a company, you should be able to look back on that year and be like, you know, like what did I really do here? I don't care what your role is. Like if they paying you to do a job, I don't care if you the trash man. You should be able to be like shit. Like I disposed the trash of millions of homes.
I'll be like perfect
in the zip code, like,
perfect attendance, the cleanest truck, something.
right? Like trash man of the year because you know I optimized my route efficiency, like something. Like you kind of got to be able to understand. Like all right, clearly I'm doing something right. Like I'm still here. Especially when it comes like performance review time, like you should honestly be leading your performance review, and that's something that comes with time and kind of confidence. But it got to a point like I used to start to challenge my manager, like if they try to say, you know, I've never gotten like a less than meets. But I'm gonna bring receipts and be like, nah, actually, I think I exceeded because
You know it's hard for them to get that exceeded.
right? Because it's like if this is meats and I did this, and this, you can't tell me. You know, it's kind of hard for you to kind of grade me at a B when I know I done came with A working. But you got to be able to bring those receipts, and you got to be able to get to a point to where you can kind of brag on yourself and talk about your accomplishments throughout the year because they not thinking about you. They really not thinking about you in that way up until it's time to do the performance review. Everybody's performance reviews, they usually wait to the last minute. They usually up late or wake up early in the morning, like trying to submit it by the deadline. And then they'll usually give you an extension, all that kind of stuff. But that just all goes to show me like no one is sort of prioritizing talking about honoring. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't why I come to work. Like it ain't to lift you up on a pedestal. And so you gotta lift yourself up and be able to tell people like, okay, this is why I'm killing it. That helps them out. And they usually not gonna push back on you. Like shit, if you done did the work for me, I'm just gonna sign off on it. Like, yeah, you exceeded. So
You gotta hit that TO. I love me some me.
right. You got to.
Now, if you don't, all right, so here's this is some finesse game. If you didn't do nothing, go see the people who did do something, write it down, learn about what they did, inquire about it, and now that's something that you did in the if you could talk to it on the interview, they might believe you.
Oh yeah, like there have been times in interviews they might ask me about an accomplishment or a challenge or something like that. Like half of it might have been true. And then like the back half of it might have been what would have happened. Like, like if they asked me about a time that I, improved the process or something like that, like I literally might tell them about, I might be in the middle of this implementation or in this improvement, but I'm gonna give them my expected result, like what I know or what I believe that what's gonna come out on the other side of this. But one of the worst things you can do, and I was actually talking to one of my clients yesterday. The reason she failed to pass this lady through is because she asked her a question, and the lady was just like, "I don't know," and didn't give any sort of resolution as to like, "I don't know," or "This is what I've done that's comparable," or "This is how I would go about doing."
What was
that.
the question?
It was more so it was a director of sales position, and so she was asking her about like, does she have like a network that she can kind of come in and leverage to start to pitch the product to, and the lady, the founder, my client, like has very specific clients that she wants to try to pitch her product to, and so she has been asking candidates like, do you have connections with these clients and these networks? And so she asked them like,
say yeah.
I don't think she should have said yeah because the lady was going to drill down even further, and she was going to hit a wall at some point. But the expectation from her was like, no, I don't have direct connections with these people, but I do know these people. These people know these people, and so I feel very strongly if I'm able to like make connections with these individuals, then I can get introduced or connected to these individuals. She could have said something like, no, I don't have direct connections with them, but I know these folks always go to these big conferences. I frequent these conferences, I can prioritize getting meetings in person with these individuals. Like there are ways I felt like, and honestly, it wasn't necessarily a gotcha question. Of course, like it would have been great if the lady would have been able to say like, yes, I do have connections, but it was more so like, how do you think? Like, how are you going to, if I'm telling you this is what the role entails, that I want you to get my product in, with these individual companies, I want you to go ahead and start thinking through how you're going to do that, right? Like how have you built your previous connections, right? Like she could have easily pivoted into like, no, I don't know those individuals, but the people I'm working most closely with now, I didn't know them up until 6 months ago, and this is how I went about building those relationships. And so you can't just say no, or I don't have that experience, or I don't know the answer, and then not offer some sort of solution, or at least know how to ask questions in order to keep it going. Like so, like
because at work, a lot of times it's something new that's presented us that we don't know how to do.
that's what work is. Work is just consistently solving problems. Like if you're not doing that, then you honestly should start to get a little bit concerned, because if the problems you're getting paid to solve are no longer problems for that organization, then you start to look at it like, well, we don't really need this person anymore. Like we've kind of solved that, or they've started to automate whatever it was that you was doing. And so that's something that people need to be mindful of, especially in the world of layoffs. Like if you're not still actively solving problems for the company, yeah, you probably gonna be on that list, because you're not critical. Like if you're just kind of treading water at this point. Like you're just kind of
doing enough not to get fired.
Right. Like you maintaining the status quo. Like you might be helping out one person in some way, shape, or form, but if you're not on that list of people that like, okay, like who are our company pillars, right? Like who do we need to actually keep our company going and running and kind of keep the lights on, versus these people that, you know what, we really don't need that team no more. Once you find yourself in that boat, you need to either switch teams, create a problem, and sell yourself as a solution, or you need to kind of start looking
You
externally.
remember in them shows, I was watching Top Boy, and so the problem was he created a problem for one of the distributors, and he was able to solve it by usurping him, getting to his distro, and then getting the guy out of jail. He put him in jail. So it's like, it's funny. It's just funny how like what people do and how you can learn different things.